When you need to measure something on the page, how you do it? Let's say we need to measure width and height of this block. Maybe you do a screenshot, open it in Photoshop, take the marker tool and try to measure it like so. It will be not very accurate. Our block is 1100 pixels in width and 220 pixels in height. If we open DevTools, we can see that it is 500 in width and 100 in height. So what went wrong? First, we use Retina, and that explains why everything is double in the size. But where another 100 pixels in width came from? So after some time, or maybe after a really long time, if you're new in front-end development, you will understand that actually you had zoom in your browser. So you can see that by default I use 110% of zoom. So and this 10% is exactly the number of this extra pixel, right? 100 pixels is 10% of 1000 pixels. This approach is not very fast. You need to do a screenshot, open Photoshop, open this screenshot in Photoshop and measure, so 4 steps. And it is also not accurate because of the screen type and because of the zoom, and maybe there are some other things that will change your calculation. Instead, I propose to use the Page Ruler plugin. I use it in Chrome, but maybe there are support for other browser. To activate it on the page, you click Option P or Alt P. It depends on your keyboard. And here we are. We already have a measurement tool. And what I can do, I just will measure my block. So I was not very accurate. That is why I have 503 pixels in width and 103 pixels in height. But you can see it doesn't matter that I have Retina and it doesn't matter that I have zoom. So let's make it more accurate. First, it's not very visible because our block is blue and measurement tool is blue. So let's change the color to red. All right. Then let's zoom it even more because it's just not visible now. I zoom it enough. And now we can adjust this measure block. Okay. I can go with arrows right, top, left and button just to move this block to 1 pixel, which is very handy. And I can also change its width and height, like so, and like so. So now we have 500 width and 100 height. So this is exactly that we have in our web browser. It is much more accurate and it is much more faster. Another feature that provides this plugin is that you can see the position on the page, left, top, right and button. And also we can go to the tracking mode. And now we go over some element and see its width, height and position. Another scenario where I use this plugin is to measure the alignment of different elements on the page. For example, Amazon has this menu, left, center menu, and some menu items from the right. And I see it is not sit on the same line. Let's measure it with our plugin. So we just create the block. And I think we definitely need to zoom it because it's not very visible. And move it a bit to the top. So we can see that left menu is on the same line as the center menu, but the right menu is 2 pixels low, 1, 2, yes. So that creates some inconsistency, especially if you have catchy eyes and you see all this different. But I think if you're a designer or front-end developer, you definitely see it. So let's summarize it. I'm completely satisfied with this plugin. The only one small thing that bothers me is if you need to measure something very small and you need to zoom it maybe like so, you actually don't have information about your block, especially if this plugin is on the top like so. It's very difficult to measure something, but you can switch it from one mode to another from top to bottom. Also, if we go to the mobile view, this plugin just doesn't work. So you can see I just cannot measure anything. Anyway, I really like it, but if you know better alternatives, just let me know in the comments.